Oh, wow.
You guys know Ameris Bank?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Ameris Bank is they're in like, I think they're headquartered in like Jacksonville. I remember driving through
Yep, Florida.
Jacksonville. They're like they have a big skyscraper in downtown Jacksonville.
And their credit cards
Um,
with Elon Financial. So
yep, yep. But this is like their equipment financing division. So they focus on like equipment financing up to 250,000. Um, and so another thing with them, they report to PayNet.
nice.
This is another one I want to. And so equipment finance, one thing people don't really, equipment financing is one of the best ways to build business credit because it's considered a financial trade. You know, it's an installment loan, but it's also secured by the equipment. So it's going to be much easier to qualify. And I actually, somewhere in my email, I have the underwriting guidelines for Balboa Capital, and the credit scores can go as low as like a 500. Wow. Like no cap, like as low as like a 500. So yeah, their business model, I know for a fact, equipment financing, trailers, you know, stuff like that.
Can you kind of briefly explain what equipment financing is for them? I've explained it before, but I love your vernacular and how you break things down like a researcher. So like what, in a nutshell, what is equipment financing? Can you tell them what that is?
Yeah, equipment financing, it's a form of secured lending, right? Where the equipment is collateral for the loan, right? Mm-hmm. And so with equipment financing, there's a lot of advantages because, you know, I talk about like the tax advantages with you know, like buying a vehicle. You can apply the same things with equipment financing. And then with equipment financing, it's going to be easier because again, it's a secured lending, and secured lending, because there's collateral behind it. If you default on it, they just take the equipment back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so basically with this, it's they're just looking at yeah, they'll look at your business credit, they'll look at your Experian as well. I have these notes somewhere because I'm actually a broker with them as well.
Nice.
Yeah, they go as low as like a 500, and again, they report to PayNet, so
Wow.
it'll help. Like if you let's say you want I don't know, some equipment, making those payments is going to help with your PayNet. So like once you, let's say you pay off the first thing, you get the first piece of equipment, you can go back and get higher amounts. And I think for up to 150,000, I got to get my notes. As a matter of fact, let me
yeah,
I'll pull that up on a separate screen.
How do you like this meet? Like feeding them different questions. It's like, man, what about this? And then him going, do you guys like that format? This is pretty fun. I'm loving this, man, because I'm trying.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I'll pull that up and come back to it. These are the no hard pull lines of credit. Or actually, I take that back. Not all of them, but some of them. So the first one I want to tell you guys about is called Revenued. I think I talked about this. They're actually with FinTel Connect. Yep. So I'm an affiliate with them. So pretty much this is a fintech company. Now they're really looking at your cash flow. So you got to connect to like Plaid. Right now, so they have like a little special where like, all right, you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months, you get $500 statement credit, and you get 3% cash back on every purchase.
Wow.
And so, as it says right here, there's no hard pull. So they're not pulling your credit. Now you do have to put your social security number, but it's for KYC purposes. So for those who don't know what KYC, it's a banking compliance. It stands for Know Your Customer. Yeah. So they're doing it more for identity verification.
Yeah. Us crypto people know what it's all about, man. We don't like that KYC for
So yeah, so this one is pretty, so like I said, the main data point with this is that you want to have cash flow into your checking account. So
how much cash flow? How much cash flow would you think?
So ideally you want to be generating at least you know, $3,000 a month.
Okay. Yep.
You know, money flowing into your account, right? Okay. If you're pre-revenue, or if you know you don't have the revenue, if you don't have the transactions, and then another thing too, another little data point about this as well, you guys could take note of this. it's not always about how much money you have in your bank account, right?
Right.
It's they look at more than that. Some are looking at the activity, the frequency of transactions, and the source of the transactions.
Yep.
So sometimes what I get, when I used to do like funding calls where, I'm just trying to analyze like, what someone may qualify for, and I would see people doing peer-to-peer transfers back and forth to their bank accounts. That's not going to work with a lot of institutions like this, right? Because they're looking at the source of the transaction. So is it coming from a point of sale system? Is this from an invoice? Is this from a merchant account? What's the source of the transaction? So that matters as much as, or even sometimes more than just having a bunch of money sitting in an account that, there's no velocity, there's no movement. So that's the case with this. Like they're looking beyond just like, someone who just has like $100,000 sitting in their account, but there's no transactions, there's no activities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically this. Again, they're not pulling your credit, and they're just looking at the banking activity. So this is through a fintech. It's called Sutton Bank, or the bank behind it is called Sutton Bank. They have like a fintech incubator program where,
They have a lot of people in there, right? Sutton has a lot.
Yeah, they back a lot of fintechs. So yeah, that's just one thing.
Does this build business credit? And who does it report to?
From what I understand, no.
Okay.
At least not yet. This is because again, like this is a new company. Like I think they've only been around since 2020, maybe.
How big do the limits go up to with this?
100,000.
Whoa. Okay. Well, you got my attention. So this goes up to 100,000. They're going to check your business bank account, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this would be also really good. It's also a flex line of credit as well, it looks like, right?
Yeah. So not only can you swipe it, but you can actually draw down on the limit.
Okay. How's the interest on it? Is it pretty high just because it's, kind of fintech type of stuff or what?
Yeah. So they basically work like, I don't know if anyone's familiar with like factor rates.
Okay.
So you know what a factor rate is basically, it's not an APR, right? It's basically like a fixed fee kind of thing.
Yep.
So that's pretty much how they work. So yeah, it's a flex line, and you could swipe it as well. You can get money out the ATM or transfer to your bank account. So
money out the ATM too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is really good for e-com.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Maybe. There's some different things for e-com that I'm going to go over, but
what would be this ideal for?
I think this would be good for